Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to VL F1 Season 5. I'm joined this evening by a different Dan to the usual Dan, but the OG Dan, the one that used to be the casting partner before the Dan. The Dan. Say hello, Dan.
Hey Dan.
Hey, Dan.
I should have said hello, Dan, shouldn't I?
You should have 100% just carried on with the Dan theme. Oh, I'm excited for today. Don't know about you, but I'm definitely excited.
First race of the season are always going to be interesting. New game as well, of course. 16 drivers, I think. Um, there's a lot. And best of all, it's been a while since me and you actually cast together. When was it?
It
Season
has.
3?
Must have been end of Season 3. You raced Season 4, right? All of it?
Yeah. I think. I've got no idea. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, end of season 3, yeah. No?
So,
Wait,
I swear.
was it season 2 I raced? Yeah, must have been season. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking before. Yeah, it's season. I started in season 2. I was thinking I started in season 3.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you stopped in season 2, right? Or did you stop? No, you stopped in season 3, started streaming. I joined as a caster,
yeah.
and
And
then
now you're
I
locked
got promoted.
into 2 hours on a Sunday,
Oh,
dedicated
mate, maybe even longer with the qualies on the
practice.
same day as well. So yeah,
Quality's not so bad, is it?
for those that are wondering why we didn't stream practice, don't fancy doing at least 3 hours of my voice being dead by the end of it. So sorry about that, but we will do qualifying and obviously the actual
But
race.
I think 3 hours when you've got a kid anyway is a bit too much to give to a amateur league on the weekend, isn't it?
I mean that little shit's gone to bed, so we're all right.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot. Let me just turn the screen on behind me. I don't want the transition on there, so I'll do this. Whoop
do you
whoop.
think you'll be a future F1 VL driver?
I mean, somebody's got to take Cam's crown off him. Nobody else seems to be able to, so can't
Do you
see why
think you'll
not.
have a season 5 card? That's the real question, isn't it?
I mean, it depends if I want to get through here. So, as you've seen in the background, Dan just alluded to, Season 5 cards are now out. Um, the sneak surprise being that there is a new special. So obviously there's the one to watch, but there's a new special on top of that. Some of you may know. For those that don't, go and open some packs and find it, or find them. There's a little clue. But Dan, we appear to actually be starting the little thing. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna do the track info. Are you
Oh,
ready?
Juicy's track rundown. I've missed this one.
Yeah, this might be a little bit ropey. There's been no research, but we are in Australia. No, Austria, at the Spielberg, which is different to last year, I believe. Unless I'm
Mm,
trolling.
nope, exactly the same track. There was 2 of them, wasn't there? Like next week we got the Styrian.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to go with the Styrian. Sorry, but yeah, we've got a 2.6 mile long track, 10 turns, so nice and simple, plenty of DRS. We have a very long straight at the start, I want to say, but lots of right turns in there. What do you know about Austria?
You go left, you go right, you go forward. Austria, one of the shortest tracks on the window. So usually the most laps and the shortest lap time. Um, start off going uphill into a big right, followed by another straight, which is technically a turn, but it's basically straight, into another tight right hander where you see a lot of accidents usually occur. Then we come down into the little middle technical part of the track, which is where Copy once killed Impress. And then we move on to the quick left hander, followed into another right hander, followed on to the final round of the track. So it's quite an interesting one. I don't know the names of any of the corners, but they are all fast corners. Apart from the turn 3, technically, is a slow one. Turn 1 can kind of be slow as well, depending on whether it's full of people or not. Usually, the first corner, you tend to see people go very wide on that one as well. So, usually that's where you look for the accidents to occur.
And I'm
There you
sure
go.
there'll be plenty of them. So what I've just realised is obviously the pit boxes are decided. Oh, let me just turn this off. I've been told off for my broadcasting. What's what I'm looking for? The amount of stuff I put on screen. I've been told off for it. So the pit boxes. Haas are at the front again this year, and obviously in our what's the word I'm looking for? Timeline. Haas obviously won, meaning their pit box should be at the end. But what do you think about that little advantage? Haas getting out in the clean air straight away?
I think for qualifying, it's handy. Outside of that, it's whatever. But I don't think Calm and Fly. Let's be honest, Calm and Fly were in the first one going out into the dirty air. Chances are they're still going to be round, top 5, aren't they?
Yeah, true. But what about the rest of the grid then? So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who that impacts the most. I won't be able to tell you about the thing up in front of me.
Oh no, it's just someone slowing down. Well, I mean, looking at it, there's a few regular names and a few new ones like Maka. Crispy raced a bit last season, but it was only really, half a season. We got Miffy. Again, his name popped up every now and then, but it wasn't a consistent thing. Everyone else should more or less know. Law coming back after the birth of his baby as well. Quite a few interesting ones in there. Early on this season, who do you think is going to be the standout? We obviously got Calm, Trav, Flyer.
Yeah. So, I've just noticed Gaben's not racing today. Is Gaben racing today? Am I trolling? Because Gaben's the one I'm going to talk about, but I can't see him. He's not in there, right?
I can't see him, but I can only see what you can see, so
Yeah.
we're looking at the same board.
So if anyone's in chat can tell me why Gaben's not racing, that'd be good. But yeah, I was going to say Gaben. Gaben and Crispy, both coming from BBU, both finishing first and second respectively. Now, as Cradden pointed out last week, Hodgson is a good barometer for BBU's ability because he finished third in VL and he finished third in BBU. So, if you use that as a little bit of a measuring stick, Crispy might be able to really bring something to the table here. As Flyer overtakes. Oh my god, I'm so out of sync. So I got a telling off, not a telling off, but Brandon saying, "Oh, let's improve the stream by doing these things," and I feel like I haven't got an arm because I can't see a lot of things, like the battery, for example.
Oh, can't you bring that up? Well,
I mean, I can, but apparently there's things. So everyone's on softs. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But if I have this on, it clusters the screen more.
You reckon? I think that's important information to have on the screen. If I'm being personally honest, as someone who doesn't cast, I would personally rather that be on the screen than off the screen. I think that gives more information than even me talking.
Yeah, I mean, see, it's such a conundrum. So it wasn't just Brandon for everyone watching. It was apparently a collective of people, and they were like, "Oh, let's try this." So one of the features of this year's F1 Spectate is that if you have things not on the screen during when people start battling, it'll start showing you tire deg and stuff, which obviously adds a lot to the stream. But on the same instance, I need a map. I'm such a special child. I can't physically cope without the map.
I mean, a map's also important because it shows where the crashes are, who's battling.
Yeah, so I said to Brandon yesterday, I was like, I need the map. He was like, can't you just use the intervals? I was like, no, my brain doesn't work like that. If there's a train of 4 cars, I need to see the 4 cars. So,
I mean,
we'll see how
personally, if you're
Fly
in
with
chat
the fastest lap, 103.8.
And this bothers you, please voice your concerns now and we can adjust on the fly. Otherwise,
well, here's what I'd usually have.
I think the tyres might be a bit too much because it does take up half the screen then.
So that's what I normally have. I still feel like I'm missing something, even if I take the tyres off.
I think the tyres being the tyres, you can flick them on and off when you need them, right?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. This is obviously when people go into pits and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I think this is right now, it's fine.
Let's go over a few things about qualifying for people that aren't too up to speed with the F1 scene. Qualifying is... Wait, is this a one-shot qualifying? Or is it still 3? No, it's got to be Q, yes. So, qualifying will be done in 3 stages. Q1 is all the racers go out, the top 15 go through. So, today, there'll be... Sonny's retired, but there'll be two more people drop out, so the top 15. When we get to Q2, this is quite an important one because whatever your fastest lap is, that is what tyre you will start the race on. And the top 10, well, only for the top 10 that is, sorry, with the tyres, but the top 10 then go through. If you're not within the top 10, you'd get free tyre choice on the race. Into the Q3 is a straight shootout for the top 10 on the starting position for the grid. I'm hoping that makes sense. In my head it did. Dan, anything to add?
Pretty much covered it. I'd say, yeah. But realistically, Q1, it kind of just separates the best from some of the weakest. Which right now we're seeing in Glen and Carn be some of the slowest times out there, which is a bit of a shock. But it's about right. Average lap time, from what I remember, is about 1.1. Of course, it will get faster as the track wears in, gets rubber on it. If you don't know, over time, the track tends to get a bit faster. The rubber the tarmac gets rubbered in, and more free air becomes available going into the later stages. As Jay said, people get knocked out. So these times right now, you expect to go a bit faster, but Flyer near the top, Charmander near the top, to be expected. Rock, Miffy as one of the new ones coming in. I'll say new again. He's raced a bit, but
Yeah,
you know,
he's definitely one of the newer racers, isn't he?
Yeah, full debut season for a rookie, really.
There's some big words. I like them.
Sounds professional, right? Yeah, I think interesting to see why Sonny retired. Whether it was a crash or, whether he just couldn't be bothered. We are seeing one of the McLarens have a spin at the top of turn 1. Let's see as we go around here now. Monty coming past. Can't tell which McLaren that was, but one of them definitely had a spin.
Not too sure. Sorry, I'm also getting about 4,000 messages at once, so I'm trying to handle all stuff. Yeah, not too sure about Sonny. Couchy, if you can message Sonny, that'd be amazing and find out why. Don't know if he just got kicked out of the game. Monty is now set a time. Trav is the only racer on the grid to not set a time. And we're also seeing in the at-risk category, Glenn, Palm, Travis. So 3 drivers that I believe made up the top 4 of last season, maybe top 5. Oh, okay, so Scotty's got an update. Glenn's AI blocked him and he spun out in the last sector. So Sonny will start the race in 18th. Not too much of an issue for Sonny. He's usually one of those exceptional performances. Dan, I've got a question for you, so you can answer it.
Go on, hit me with it.
So I'm presuming at the bottom, the UI, the green bar is the fuel. No? Is that acceleration?
That's acceleration.
Okay. What are the bars on next to the battery?
So deployment and charge.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the bottom one is for, because that moves around. So over a course of a lap, you only have a set amount of battery you can use, so you can't constantly keep your battery on. On top of that, you only have you only have a battery to use, right? Batteries aren't infinite; you have a finite amount.
Yeah.
Scotty's saying it's a regen. Makes sense. So at the start of every lap, your deployment, which is how much you can use on the lap, resets. However, your battery does not. The only way your battery regains charge is through braking. So the harder you brake, you will gain more battery. And of course, passively over time, you'll also gain battery if you don't use any of it. But if you're not using any battery, chances are you're going to end up with times like Glenn. So use your battery, kids. It's important.
Yeah, Glenn loves not to use that battery.
Well, he needs to use it soon because he's not doing too hot right now.
True. So, on to another one of the new drivers. Got him highlighted right now. Maka. So, Maka was someone who came in with pretty much no reputation at all. A lot of people weren't thinking he was going to do any good. Then, last week in the draft race, he pulled out some really good driving. Got a third or 4th finish. And actually jumped up the pecking order a little bit. So, a lot of people saying maybe he's going to be the surprise package this season. What do you know?
Honestly, right. It's the first time I've heard of him. So someone said his name was Connor, and I thought
Yeah.
it was Connor as in the other Connor. And I was thinking, like, why? How the fuck has that Connor got to where where
So,
he is?
yeah.
But it's not that Connor.
I mistakenly said on cast last week he didn't do F2. It's a different Connor, but this Connor also did F2, but it is still a different Connor. It's not Con with the 3 N's.
Yeah.
It's Connor / now known as Maka, and he did the F2. So yeah, Couch is pointing out in the chat. It's one of the Scotty Miffy crew. But
I mean,
Connor
I have heard good things about him.
Connor really didn't like the F2 cars. I believe he's one that decided to race backwards, or maybe that was just Scott. Who knows? But on with Glenn. He's on board, looking to be faster than his previous time. Is it going to be good enough to get in that top 15? He needs to break basically 104 to secure it.
I trust in Glenn.
Good.
Yeah, I think he'll get it.
There we have it, up to 10th. Nice. Calm is also... is it validated? Calm does this a lot in qualifying. I don't know if you've ever noticed.
Yeah, I think he tests out lines, see where he can and can't go.
And then he has that, like, the last run, gets a 101, and then just calls it a day, you know?
That's the thing, you're backing yourself there, aren't you? Like, all it takes is one mess up on that, and then you're done. I will say, though, Glenn, that's a disappointing time. Same time as Somfer, which Somfer's also a good driver. Not on there, but Glenn and Somfer, I would expect better off. Same with Brandon, same with Shadow. I don't know how much they're pushing it, though, really. Brandon, I think, needs to step it up a little bit because I think he's at major risk right now. I think he's going to have to do another run. I think Copy can beat that, Carlos can beat that, and Calm definitely can beat that. Shadow as well, I think, is also in danger. As much as I like Law, and I think he's really fun to watch, I think he's one of the slower ones out there, from what I know.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for Law to probably drop in this round, but...
Maka now getting a 1037, by the way. A 1038, sorry. Apologies, I look at Hodgson's time. So yeah, I mean, if we're looking at that grid and saying who do we think is going to be the 2 that are going to drop out, I would be looking at maybe the Miffy, maybe the Monty, maybe the Maka obviously being a newbie, and maybe Law. But to see the likes of Carlos, Copy, Blaze, Shadow, Law, all below these drivers, that really shows that actually this grid this season may be a lot more competitive than some people was expecting.
Yeah, one thing I will say is don't underestimate Monty. I think he didn't have the best last season. He got caught up in a few incidents. But I think Monty is a very good driver on his day and can definitely get points. The same with Miffy, to be honest. I didn't race with him much. But when I did race with him, he's definitely looking to fill in the 6, 7, 8s, and 9s of the grid. Him and Monty, I think, will be ones to watch in terms of surprises. I think obviously you got your likes of Maka and stuff like that who are new to it in general. Well, new to the LF1 at least.
Yeah.
But I think if you're looking for people who have improved a lot, I think Miffy and Monty compared to last season will stand out more than you think. But I think Brandon's going to have a bit of a battle on his hands because I don't know where Brandon fits into this grid, if I'm being honest. Looking at it now, I think obviously last season you put Brandon in that 6, 7, 8, and 9 category, right? Pushing for the 4th and 5th. But I mean, Crispy's up there right now with a 103.6, beating Flyer, Hodgson, and Calm. Of course, it's only Q1, so these times are only going to get faster. And you expect.
Oh, without doubt. But as you rightly pointed out, if you slot a driver higher up, so say you slot Crispy in say 4th, it's just a guess. That automatically means that those drivers tumble down. So Brandon does tumble down a little bit. Glenn does tumble down a bit. And all of a sudden, like you say, if Brandon was competing for 6th, 7th, 8th, who's just coming around now, getting into 11th, so probably going to be secure for Q1 now. If you start to tumble these drivers down, they start looking at maybe they're not quite in that top 10 anymore.
I think a lot of people, compared to how it used to be, it's a different game.
Shadow invalidating on the second to last corner. Sorry, Dan.
No, not to point out the obvious, it is a different game. But in terms of the drivers on the track, I think it is a different beast. There's just more competitiveness. Charmander, I don't know where he comes this season, my top three, of course, was you're probably looking at right, Calm, Travis, Flyer, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another one or two in there.
I
Personally,
mean, let's look at it then. Let's look at the top end of the grid. If we take what we know from BBU, Crispy, and if Gaben can get to races, they will be competing top 5. So then, where does it fit in when you've got Travis, Flyer, Calm, Gaben, Crispy, Sunny, and then the likes of Hodgson? Like, if we use that as a measuring stick, Hodgson's currently 7th of the drivers I just named. Like,
it's
that's mental to me. From Hodgson finishing in, what, 3rd?
yeah, it's
Potentially finishing
definitely
7th.
there's a lot less room to mess up this season. The likes of
Shadow
Copy,
sneak into 15th.
yeah, I was gonna say the likes of Copy, Carlos, Shadow, Somfair, Brandon, Glenn. I think along with Monty and Miffy as well. I think they're the ones that have really got to step up the game because I think a couple bad weeks, bit of motivation drop. I think I can see them easily just not being where they want to be in the table.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think that confirms the two that are dropping out. Both McLarens. Carlos is in the
Well,
pits, and
yeah,
Coffey's
Carlos
just
definitely.
he was off the pace, and that's really disappointing for me. These two drivers have it in the locker to perform, and today they just haven't so far.
I mean, if you look at it, there's only a second between the entire table, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that is true. Yeah,
so you got. I think Copy and Carlos can do better. You got to ask yourself how much better can they do? You you look back at this. You take out the ones that are new. So you take out Crispy, you take out Maka, you take out Miffy. I mean, like fresh of the season, new. Um, you take those three out, and all of a sudden, realistically, a 104 isn't a bad time, right? But it's improved that much that a 104.6, 104.3 is risky. Like, yeah, the times is obviously just going to get better, and I think it is what it is. I think drivers are in for a shock this season.
I mean without a
Quite
doubt. Yeah,
quite a few.
I mean we talked about is this grid going to be more competitive this season, rather than seeing the really top end, the really bottom end, and then somewhere in the middle.
Hmm.
You pointed it out. 1.1 seconds separates that entire grid right now, and that's insane. Like that's a really competitive grid.
I'll be surprised if it's not Calm or Travis finishing first or
Yeah,
second.
I mean, same. You've
But
got to back
yeah,
what you know, and again,
but
Flyer. You've got to think Flyer, Calm, Travis compete top 3 every race. But I hope we see someone break that up.
yeah, Flyer are back when there's consistency with his internet.
True.
I think again it comes down to I think a small mistake in this season compared to other seasons, like a drop of 25 points, say if you're first and you have bad internet. I think whereas last couple of seasons you could possibly get away with it. I think this season, as soon as you slip up like that, you are going to be dropping a few places in the standing table. But there we are. Carlos, Sonny, and Copy are going to be the drivers. Not in that order. Don't know why I said like that, but they're going to be the drivers dropping from Q1.
Yeah.
And you see
So
there.
we do have. Oh, this game decides it doesn't want to let me scroll. We do have the bottom 3 confirmed for the race start. So Sunny in 18th, Hoppy 17th, Carlos 16th.
I just want to say though, in standard VLF1 fashion, the Mercedes junior team is out qualifying at the moment the senior team, as is standard, of course. I mean, Maka done very well. Crispy set an amazing time there to
Yeah.
put himself between Travis and Flyer. Calm's not had the best lap, but you got to ask yourself: is that just a bad lap, or is that a new norm? Hopefully not.
I
But
mean, hopefully, yes. I want to see this reign of tyranny broken. I don't
I
want to
hope
see
it slows
the.
down. I don't want to see it that low.
But I mean, if it's more competitive, then it comes down to more strategy, more those, as you say, those tiny mistakes costing people from instead of being first to second or just staying first.
Yeah.
If one of those mistakes takes you from first to 10th, imagine the impact.
Yeah, I mean, like it's interesting for sure. So we've talked a lot about drivers and who we think is going to be where top end, bottom end. About construction teams, what are you saying with that one?
I mean, it's very difficult to look by Haas, isn't it? You just have
Of
to
course,
know what you know, and I keep saying that. However, Red Bull, if Charman and her can avoid getting smashed by the safety car in the game constantly, obviously, is he going to perform? Who knows? And then, yeah, I think he has to. If I had to put money on it, I'm going Haas.
I mean you've also got to look at and they get memed on a lot, but Ferrari, Hodgson Glenn, it's not the worst lineup I've ever seen in my life.
It's a solid. I'd say solid third or fourth.
Yeah, I could see them competing for that. I don't think they'll win it. Just want to keep an eye on. And obviously, you've then got the likes of uh, Brandon and Rock. Two, Rock complaining a lot about being stuck with Brandon and then being released and now going back to Mercedes. Of course, an interesting situation there.
Indeed.
And then you obviously got Monty Shadow. Two last season, I would have said guaranteed point scorers, but we'll see. As we've said, people getting knocked down the pecking order this season. We'll see where that goes. But Q2,
Definitely,
so
mate. No doubt.
we don't know about Q2. 15 minutes rather than the 20 that you get in Q1. And as JC pointed out before, your tyres matter in this, as the fastest lap you set will be the tyres you go into the race on. And as we are doing the race in the league system, tyres keep their wear from qualifying, unless it's changed. It should be.
No, I think it
Um,
does. Yeah.
yeah, should keep the wear from qualifying to the actual race. So you don't want to push these tyres to the absolute limit because you're only going to screw yourself in the future.
So,
Um,
as you can see on the screen right now, we've got a mixture of medium and softs. It's looking pretty split. I mean, if I quickly count, 5, 7, 7 against 8, so pretty much an even split as you can with 15 on who's doing what. What we tend to see happen is those at risk, so 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, they probably swap to softs as we get on. But we'll see. Flyer coming through as a 104.2 so far. We'll come back to the
poor,
tyres a little bit later on.
poor time that for softs. One thing I will say is seeing a couple drivers there going out on the mediums, like the likes of Brandon going out on mediums, I think is a risk. I think Shadow and Monty, and there was a couple others there that I've seen,
There you
who
go.
went out on the softs. I think that's smart because, like, we just seen the times and we just seen how close they can be. Brandon struggled to get top 10. I mean, I guess you can do a medium run and see how it goes, but I think softs for some of these drivers are the best way to go at the moment. I think it's a
Yeah.
risk going on to mediums, unless you're sure of yourself, like the likes of Crispy, against a good example there. Crispy,
Yeah.
Calm, Flyer, even though Flyer's gone out into the softs, I think those could do the
I can go back.
mediums.
Sorry,
But
I'm just conscious of people saying it takes the screen up. But yeah, Flyers on the softs, Sans on the softs, Charmander, Law, and Miffy. Everyone else seems to be on the mediums as it stands. Miffy just getting a 104, jumping to second place as we are. So, on with Brandon, who's been validated as well on these mediums. So, interesting to see if he goes in the pits. He's going to have an extra lap on top of these tyres, as you say, not wanting to push them. They keep the same wear. You need to be conscious of that in this race.
yeah, especially in the
And
race
he's
with,
going in the pits.
yeah, I mean, he's not got time to mess around. As much as sort of the track it is, you still want to keep that. As we just seen Glenn go way too wide over the speed trap there to. I don't know what Glenn's doing these lines or something else, but fair play to him. Um, yeah, I mean, you only get a set amount of tires in the race as well, and I know Austria. You know Austria. We've been through it 4 times in the past 2 seasons. But guess what? You're having it another time tomorrow. Sorry, it's not tomorrow. Next Sunday. But it's not the Austrian. It's also the Styrian. Different races, right?
Is it the same track?
Exactly the
Yeah,
same.
I thought so.
It's just named different because they can't
Yeah.
have 2 of the same track names. But yeah, so we know for a fact that Austria does that. damages occur. There's bumps, there's crashes, there's people losing it, there's people going into walls. You need your tyres if you're going to pit. You don't want to pit into worn tyres already. So reducing the amount of tyres you can use now is important for the race. So invalidating laps, changing tyres, getting practice runs in on them is not a good thing. It was last season, but this season it matters, so you can't be doing that. I think that's going to hurt a lot of people as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's something that more strategy comes into play rather than just picking up the controller or the wheel and going for it.
Definitely an improvement. Obviously, with last couple of seasons, you couldn't really do it because how broken the league system was, but it's good to see that it's implemented a bit better this season. And, well, the fact that we're doing it in one day rather than over a weekend obviously allows you to keep that tie deg between the qualifying and the racing. I don't think the practice deg affects it. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it does, but
yeah, I can't imagine it would be
does.
because it doesn't in real life, right? Or no, actually, in real
you
life you get one,
tires.
you get size, don't you?
You have a set of tyres for the weekend. So I can see it doing that, but I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to say it does when it doesn't.
True. Okay, answering a question that's been in the chat a while now. Couching, my card is, I think, 10%.
I've seen 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to Cali. I was like, I keep pulling all these cards. I'm like, yeah, your account's cracked. It's ridiculous.
Can you go to Glenn?
I can. I mean, I could.
Oh no.
What happened
Calm
to Calm?
crash. Looks like he lost it. So we are going to see a classic Calm battling through the grid. This time the question is, though, is as easy as it used to be? I mean, this is expecting that people will get faster than that. I mean, I am sure people will get faster than a 4-1. As we all seen, the time's not really improved from last session. We've seen Trav pick up.
Yeah, that was the time Trav's pretty much. He set a 0.5, I think, but he was, around about the same. But he's on the mediums, don't forget. Let's go back to the tyres then. Let's see if there's any changes. It's still about the same. I think Monty and Brandon need to be starting to look towards getting the softs. Definitely Laura as well.
I think Flyer has forgot about Deg. Because 4 laps onto the softs that you're going to be starting on is not an ideal situation. I think he's struggling out there. I mean, Rock looks like he's struggling as well. I think Rock needs to pit for these softs.
Yeah. Brandon into the pits now. Rock going around again. Is this a hot lap? He's looking faster, but it's not. Still 104 into 9th spot.
Yeah, Brandon needs to get in and change them tyres. I think it's nice to see, but I think he's got to realise it is a different grid to what it used to. And mediums aren't going to cut it for him anymore. So,
Monty coming around now on these mediums. This is something that I think Brandon suffers from quite a lot. I think he sort of sees himself as that Season 1, Season 2 driver. And from what I've seen over the 3 seasons I've been involved now, is that he sort of stands still and the grid develops. Monty not going to set a very good time there.
No, Glenn, you can see Monty was lifting. He was on the brakes a little bit. I think he was just building up battery for this one, but
yeah, quite possibly.
I'd agree with Brandon. Yeah, I think Brandon is.
Glenn invalidated again.
He's not.
Monty invalidated as well.
Yeah, I think Brandon does obviously see himself as better than he probably is, which I mean I think a lot of people obviously do. And it's not to bash Brandon. I think he is a good driver, but I don't think it. I just think the grid has developed so much from Season 1 and Season 2, where it's like, look at Charmander. Charmander, like we were putting a bit before, Charmander's got an 89 rated card. That's obviously someone who is viewed within the community as a solid driver. At the moment, 7th. Again, it's not the race, so qualifying to a race is obviously different. What happens here? It could mean everything. It could mean nothing, really. But you'd expect to see Charmander being a bit higher right now. Q3 is the one that matters a bit more in terms of obviously grid position. But
yeah, you're not wrong. So Brandon in the pits, Monty in the pits. Law coming around. He's using plenty of that battery, but is he just trying to get into the pits, get the tyres changed? I think he might be on a hot lap, I'll be honest.
The AlphaTauri livery is something else, isn't it? Good looking car, that one.
Yeah, it's decent. It is decent. Oh, and he goes
Oh.
wide. Oh, the
Didn't
line he's
invalidate, no.
taking there. He didn't invalidate, you're right.
You can go a little bit wide in those ones. Does beat Hodgson. Hodgson also. What tyres is Hodge on? Is he on the mediums?
I think he was on mediums. He's now on softs in the pits.
Yeah. See, they've tried.
Yeah.
See, I think look. You see that switch right then.
Yeah.
Everyone realizes. Everyone's looking. Oh, it's just switching.
No, it's me swapping from best to.
Oh right,
Tyler.
all right. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I think a lot of people are realizing. Yeah, that they're not medium drivers at the moment.
That's it. And so we've seen Charmander had also gone in the softs in the pits. He hasn't come out yet. Maybe a bit of a strategy, thinking if it starts getting a bit close, do I come out? And then he can obviously break towards the finish line. I've seen the real F1 drivers do that quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Go on, sorry.
Flyer's back in his time here, isn't he?
I mean, yeah.
I think he'll be fine. I think that is a good enough time to get into Q3.
Well, as it stands, Calm will be P10. Like, I don't think he gets to go to Q3, but he'll get the position.
Oh,
as we see,
Brandon.
Oh. I mean, I caught it on the broadcast just.
That's gonna. Let's hope that's cleared before Monty gets around there. Then, although to be fair, I think this is outlap. Yeah, it's outlap, so it shouldn't matter too much.
So that should be. I mean, that's Brandon out of Q3 as well. He's not going to get in that top 10. So I'd imagine he'll be P15 if these two can get going.
Yeah.
But potential to be P13.
I think Glenn can beat Calm's time here. Monty, I'm not 100% sure on. Maybe it's possible. We are seeing a towing.
Oh, he's invalidated.
He's just invalidated.
Yeah.
No, but when you invalidate the outlap, it carries on to the main lap as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should gain the advantage. That's true. But yeah, you're right. There's a little bit of a tow. Hodgson and Glenn.
But thing is, though, one's towing the other, and they're both in the drop zone right now. So you are sacrificing someone to possibly get the other ahead. Looks like you're sacrificing Hodgson.
Has Glenn called team orders?
It's possible, but I don't think so. Because usually Hodgson isn't one to just go along with it. At the moment, though, Glenn is just getting the data. Yeah, is he going to go for the overtake now?
He's slingshotting it. Oh
Looks
my God!
Going for it.
Yeah, he's got the overtake.
I think this is basically saying, Hodgson, tow me this lap, I'll tow you next lap. But I don't think this is good. What's Hodgson's battery on?
94. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
I mean, it can end in disaster. We'll see what happens.
The scenes if Glenn doesn't get at the bottom 5 here, by the way. Hodgson will be fuming. But maybe discussion has been that Hodgson's saying, look, under pressure, I think I'm the better driver. You what, sorry?
Was that a bit of rain I've seen then?
I mean, he's into the pits.
Oh.
Glenn. I mean, I don't think he can.
So Glenathan. You're seeing a bit of rain there, I think.
Seen.
So Glenathan has just got the toe off Hodge and then dipped in to the pits. So Glenn accepting that he's going to be 50. Calm looking like he's going to be sorted for Q3, even though we crashed.
So I don't think he gets to participate in Q3.
No,
I think he just gets the P10 position.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting one.
Gotta have been a mistake there from Glenn, unless he's seen that his time isn't good enough and he's just aborted to the pits and knowing he's not going to get around again. I think you have to take the gamble. You have to go again.
The thing is, though, I don't think going again. Depends how. We've seen drops of rain then. I don't think that's going to affect it obviously too much, but depends how much rain is actually on the track now, how much it slows you down. We are seeing Hodgson. Hodge is accepting defeat here. Must be too much rain on the track.
And Monty's also in the pits.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be our top 10. Can we see best tyres? So it looks like we're going to have 3 soft runners. And the rest are mediums.
Flyers as well.
Oh yeah, Flyers. He's grayed out, so couldn't put it out instantly, but 4 softs. Interesting to see what works out with the top 2 at the moment, at least being on different tyre strategies. Hopefully Q3 is dry. But you know what? I'm also down for a bit of rain. Create a bit
There
of
is
chaos.
definitely rain, so I will confirm. And I think you're right. I think a lot of the drivers realise there's too much rain on the track. They're sliding around with the slicks.
Funny
So
that car still gets beat dead. Oh, blessed.
and Brandon throwing a little bit of a lifeline with the extra 2 positions because Monty and Glenn both being sabotaged by that rain.
I think ultimately it won't matter. For being honest, I think you gotta look who's behind Brandon still at the moment. There's Carlos, there's Copy, there's Glenn, there's Monty, and there's Sonny. Now Sonny's not had the fairest of time because
And
of
just
what
before we
happened.
go off, I think it's important to point out that Monty is Mr. Worldwide with the entire flag.
Yeah, you got to rep everyone. Look at all these nationals.
But yeah, I think you're right. There's a lot of good drivers at the bottom of the grid right now. But what I will say, and call it a prediction if you will, Brandon doesn't like to be overtaken. And so if
No,
Carlos goes for that overtake, Brandon won't take that lightly and he'll be pretty annoyed.
this is what I was going to say. There's going to be a lot of hurt egos out there. Oh, we are on the inters. There's going to be a lot of hurt egos out there that think they should be better than they are,
Yep.
and therefore are going to try some riskier things and show a little bit less of respect, maybe. Of course, usually you get 10 people in Q3, by the way. But with Calm crashing out, as Joyce's mentioned, he does not get top partake within Q3. Don't know why I said it like that, but he's not there.
So
So he will start 10th.
this is where I will point out that being the front box, pit box, is a disadvantage. So for those that don't know how the tires work, they don't allow you more grip. They move the water off the track. So there's thin lines in the tires. It picks the water up and moves them, creating a smoother surface for the tires to actually stick to. But what that means is Fly going out first, he's the one clearing the rain. So if you're, I don't know, the 9th person out of that box, in theory you should have a clearer path because the cars that are ahead of you have moved the water away. You're taking similar lines. And that for some expert analysis, Dan. How do you feel about that? But that's improved since season 3, hasn't it?
It's very informative.
Thank you.
But
I remember watching
ultimately,
it on the F1 about 18 months ago and hearing that and being like, that's a good fact. I'll use that every time it's a wet race in F1.
it's an interesting one, to be fair. You've never heard about it. Of course, if you've heard about it for the 20th time, it's a little bit less interesting.
I
But,
literally repeat it every time it rains in F1 reveal. But
oh
yeah, I
well,
mean, it's a good point to point out that he's essentially going to,
he's the
like,
one.
the man
Yeah,
on the moon, isn't he? Like, he's taking the first steps.
he's the one clearing the water. He's Moses in this one.
He is Moses.
He is the one who parted the Red Sea, right?
He has got he has got the fastest sector one though.
Well,
Think
yeah, of
about
course you're going to.
that.
Looks like we are seeing is that Shadow have a bit of a wobble there
Yeah,
in
quite
sector one.
possibly.
See, this is the technical part of the track I was talking about. In the dries, it's usually quite difficult in real life as well. We see in Hamilton and Bottas, um, both run off there plenty of times. Of course, unlike real F1 today, no spoilers, but spoilers. We are
By the
actually
way,
going to race
round of
regardless of
applause.
weather.
George getting P2. Well done, lad.
Hey, I'm sure he would have loved to admit it, but honestly, if I was him, I'd take that every single day of the week.
Hey, he earned it. He did a formation lap.
He's nice it there. He's nice it.
Yeah.
No, he done 2 laps. He had to do 2 laps, doesn't he, to get registered for points?
Oh, did they do the 2 laps? I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, they basically went out, done a couple of laps, and was like, yeah, it's still bad. Getting back in, and then just called it off. But, again, if I was him, I'd still want that.
So you
Yep.
look at the time difference now. We've got an extra 8-9 seconds. Shadows has got like a full day's worth of time on top.
Yeah, that was the wobble in sector
Yeah.
1. That's got him there. Travis the one to watch after a couple of people had gone round, tried out the track a little bit, not that much.
A little bit of a back end wobble though, you know.
Yeah, Maka
Jumps to
lost
top.
it as well. Maka's lost it big time in sector 2 there in the technical
Yeah, he's
cul-de-sac.
going for a little bit of a stroll in the field.
Call it a
Rock up into
cul-de-sac, it's
P2.
not.
It's a shame because I would have really loved to see these 9 drivers shoot it out on softs, see who can get the fastest. But you know, we get what we get. It'll be interesting to see what the rain is on, because for those that don't know, in real life, once you have qualifying on a different day to the race, but obviously we're doing it all in one go, so I don't know how the game will handle it.
Yeah, I got no idea. I think it automatically at the start of a session generates the weather for the entire thing, so it
I
is
wonder if Cooch
undynamic.
will have any insight on that as the Jeff.
Technical GF for Ferrari there. One thing to note: the time should get faster the more people that go round. That's if people do go round. If people decide not to go round, obviously we're not going to move water out the way, and the water's going to pile back up again. So let's
But
see
what
if
you're saying
anyone's going to
is
help out.
it might be a little bit of a strategy for both Red Bulls to go into the pits.
It
No,
could
not
be.
both. Sorry, Charmander is quite low down, but Trav definitely in the pits.
Yeah, so maybe. Oh, Charmander sits a
Oh,
very good time there.
spoke too soon.
You only
So
get
yeah,
time for about 2 laps in Q3, depending on how you time it, just because the time's only 10 minutes rather than the 15 or 20. But again, if everyone goes into the pits now and waits for like another 2 minutes, the rain's going to pile back up and you're back to square one of no one moving the rain out the way. And then there's no benefit. Realistically, you're going to have the same situation if one person
yeah.
goes out first. So the times aren't going to get much faster if people go into the pits. We are seeing Flyer consistently put times in. Pardon me. But
So I was taking a look, see if there was any like clear. I guess it's like a carpet, isn't it? It's like a clear path, but there's not one really formed yet.
yeah, usually you can see on the track there's like a very defined line.
Yeah.
And usually going outside that line is either to cool down your tires or because you can't drive. The latter one was me most of the time.
Hmm.
So we'll see how it's affected. Everyone is going out, so the track should get a bit dry. Of course, depending on how much it continues to rain. If it continues to rain, that is. If it gets heavier, it will get wetter, regardless of how many people are out. But if it stays the same consistency, we should start seeing dry patches of where drivers are consistently going if they are following the same line. If everyone's on a different line and they're all clearing different parts of the track, then no one's benefiting from it really.
Yeah, that is true. Very much true. So I'm on board with. I say on board. I'm following Maka right now. So had that wobble, the spin, whatever you want to call it, on his first go. He's gonna go around now on his outlap. He's gonna get around, start his hot lap, set a time. How do you think he's gonna do?
Give us an RB. Let's see. Let's ride on board with him.
Oh, bit of an RB.
Bit of an RB. Yeah. So
Talk us through.
So this is the second corner. As you can tell, a massive corner where it really matters. So we come to the third corner. Very slow in, fast out. You want to make sure you're getting the apex here. It's so important. Any further, you're out into it, and you are basically in the Saharan desert. Bit of a wobble there, coming out too early on the acceleration. So he's lost the back end there, coming down into the technical area. So it's all about being precise here, but being fast. So it's obviously very hard to do both at the same time, but finding that perfect balance is going to get you the fastest time in this sector. Usually you run quite low rings for Austria, so round here is not quite as simple as, say, some others. He loses the back end again. He seems to be a bit early on the throttle, is Maka at the moment. Don't know whether that's just nerves or the rain's really affecting him. Seems to be losing the back end quite a bit. We are coming to the final couple of corners, and we'll see where this puts him. It's looking okay for now. Obviously, setting a time is going to be very important because any time is better than no time. He's going to put him up to P6. Don't think it's what he wanted, but it's, again, better than no time.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, getting those times on the board is really important. The wobbles, accelerating too quickly, a little bit of nerves. That time on the board might set him down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got to really look at it, haven't you? And just, as I said, qualifying again doesn't mean everything. It is important. At the moment, again, we are seeing the two strategies. So Flyers starting on the softs if it's wet, if it's dry. If it's wet, everyone starts on inters or wets, regardless, depending on obviously the situation. I'm not sure if they start on the tyres that they've driven now or a fresh set. If anyone can let us know, thanks. But if not, we'll find out. But it'll be interesting to see whether the soft strat works out compared to the medium. We are seeing.
So,
Something's just spinned it.
Oh,
That is gonna
Santa.
fuck. That is gonna fuck everyone's lap. If it
He's
doesn't
on
get cleared.
the. He's definitely done charm on his. Definitely impacted his.
Yeah.
Depends on. Trying to see what his. It must be Trav. Trav's just done a hot lap, so it won't impact him too much. Just got the green flags anyway. Interesting to see what happens to Somther. So,
Interesting
in
to note,
terms of the
Shadow.
tyres, if it is dry and we get the slicks, something that has always come up with VL is that if you start on softs and then there's a major incident early on, you have the benefit that you've had the softs, then go to potentially hards. And if you time it really right, so if you get like 7-8 laps, and then there's the incident, you're onto a winner. Dive into the pits, onto the mediums. If you're on the mediums in the incidents on the 7th lap, you can't finish the race on the softs. So I have
No.
seen people talk about this as a strategy before with how they think it's going to play out. Austria being notoriously bad for safety cars in terms of turn one, the big one just as sector 2 starts, and then the technical being difficult anyway. Potentials for safety cars.
One thing I will say is that strategy works extremely well middle of the grid. At the head of the grid, I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Mm.
I think it obviously benefits people who are in the middle of it because the chance of your wing getting knocked and having to go into the pits anyway is high. Of course, the safety car there can help the leaders, but if that safety car does not happen, you can be in the middle of nowhere on a pring and is it a wing and a prayer?
Mm.
I was going to call it a pring and a where.
Bringing away.
Where? Um, but I don't know. I think if you're backing on that strategy, one thing I was always told, whether it was League of Legends, football, F1, you don't ever play one in a mistake that happened, right? You always play as if the other person is gonna do the best that they can possibly do. Because the moment you
Yeah.
start playing for people's mistakes is the moment that you're not in control. You want to be in control as much as possible. So I think if it is that strategy and that's the reason you go for the softs, I think you're already admitting that you're probably not good enough already. Although Flyer is a soft runner, as a wet driver, by the way, is incredible. He had an incredible Hungary in season 2, and he's obviously proven right now that even with those times, which are incredible, by the way, Shadow Hopper competing with those is so good. That Flyer has proven once again that his wet driving is the best in the league.
Yeah.
Miffy
Absolutely.
needs to set a time. Thankfully, he's out before. So anyone who crosses the line now, basically, that's their qualifying over. So we've got Travesty. He's definitely going to be in P2. Well, definitely
Can't
not
get
going to be
higher.
P1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charmander Nerd. That's a surprise to see, but we did have that instant where Somford technically could have potentially got in the way. I'm not too sure. We didn't see. Miffy coming across the line now. I don't think he's going to be too high. Yep, stays where he is. I get P9 though in the race. I think.
Flyer's slower, so we'll go to Rock. Rock's just done a hot lap, but he's on for the back-to-back, I believe.
I
Yeah,
think
let's see how he
honestly,
is.
starting in the middle of the field here, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, you
You're
definitely want
in
to be higher
danger.
up, especially on this first corner. But we have seen in previous races, having someone inexperienced behind you, as Rock jumps to P4. Was he at
Crispy.
P5?
Oh my god! Look at that.
Crispy.
1,000th of a second between Flyer and Crispy. Fair play to
Yeah,
Crispy
it's
there.
close.
He's absolutely smashed that, hasn't he?
And Shadow coming around. So yeah, if you're at the front and there's inexperienced drivers behind you, if they're not sure on the pace of the setup, and you could take out the back. I mean, we've seen it in real life F1 a couple of weeks ago, right, where a driver just didn't brake, and then it took out half the grid.
Yeah, I mean, that driver was a little bit more experienced, I would say.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid using names for that entire reason, but you
Although
know,
we did have Rock Ice reference that, so.
yeah,
Um,
Valtteri.
and honestly, who's it? Dapper Caney? Have a word with Maka lad. He's not done too hot there, has he? Neither
I
Maka
mean,
or Miffy really showing
again,
up to what Maka at most. I've just heard good things about Maka, so I'm expecting a lot. He's a rookie, so I'm not gonna. At the end of the day, that's still a first race getting into P8. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I mean, we looked at it, as I said, a lot of people wrote Makarov before that race last week. And then all of a sudden, he's done well, jumped up the standings a little bit. I'm going to warn you, I am starting to eat some toasted baguette. So if I go quiet, you have to carry the stream for a bit, Dan.
Yeah, it's all right. I had my McDonald's, so you can you covered me. I can cover you. Bounces up quite now. But yeah, Crispy, absolutely insane. To be 1,000th off flyer on your what is this, his debut race? He raced a couple times last season, I think, didn't he? I'm not too sure, but I think he did.
I want
To
to
be
say like one
1,000th,
race.
yeah, I think I remember him in Mexico. But to be 1,000th off a flyer on your first debut season, at least, impressive for sure. To split Trav and flyer, obviously no calm, so we can't see how obviously he matches up to that sort of times. It does look nice in Austria right now. If I look out my window, I can see the lovely
Yeah,
little trees in there. You
it's looking very
but
pleasant. But the game is loading, so we'll see if it actually
yeah,
works.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's the actual weather for the race though. Hopefully it is. As much as I love the chaos of a wet race, for the first race of the season, I would love a dry one just to see how everyone stacks up against each other, especially at a race such as Austria, just because it is such a fast-paced track. Like I said, it doesn't really take that long to get around. It's one of the shorter tracks of the season, if not the shortest. And between that and Monza, for sure. I mean, I say for sure. I don't even know. I just reckon so. So I'm saying for sure. Um, so we'll see how it goes. Ones to watch. Crispy looking great there. Maka, Mithy, both top 10. Far back we got Calm, Brandon. Those two are still out there. We've got Charmander starting a bit further down than you would like to. Shadow Hopper, I think, got P4, P5. Good for Shadow Hopper. He looked a bit ropey in Q3, but clearly he's improved since Q3 and stepped up his game. Further back, we got Carlos and Copy, who veterans in their own right and deserve a lot of respect just for being in the league for that long, not having the best qualifying session. But I think we can, most people know, Copy and Carlos have both got pace on the day. Well, at least they used to. There's obviously been a big break between season 4 and season 5 with the new game coming out. Hopefully, we get more than one season out of this game. Fingers crossed. I hope so, because if not, people have bought the game for one season and then we've binned it off. So let's hope. Yeah, because we're still loading into the game. I imagine everyone's just getting ready, sorting themselves out.
What do you reckon the ideal strategy is then?
Depends on the weather, doesn't it? I think medium. It's a hard one. Usually, medium hard is the best. That's just a general rule of thumb, because the longer you can stay out without avoiding the pits is good. But it really comes down to knocks, bumps, bad driving, who you're surrounded by. As I said before, I'd say being between anywhere from 5th to about 15th in Austria is basically you sit there, you close your eyes. Don't close your eyes, by the way. Make sure you're completely paying attention. You just sit there and you think to yourself, I might not make it out of this corner, and it might not even be my fault. And you just literally got to pray that no one goes into the back of you. Chances are someone might. Or
Yeah, 100%.
you could see it as in everyone's improved, as we are going to start in 23 seconds. First race of the season. Hype level, what are you giving me out of 10? Also, we've got to do a bet because we haven't done a bet in a while of who's going to finish higher. I'm trying to think of who we will finish higher. I know you're eating right now, so you can't reply, so that's okay. I'm
Hello?
going to choose for you, I reckon.
Hold on.
Oh,
I
so we're
can't
seeing
hear you,
some
Dan.
soft, medium, soft.
Technical difficulties. Not like this. Apologies, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen.
Be right back after these.
Hello, Dan. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm back. Whew.
Okay.
Sorry,
I,
as I was saying, I was washing my hands because I butter over them. I'm ready. I'm back. Hype us up, Dan. Talk about the formation lap. Let's go.
Alright, before we do that though, can we just see everyone's tyres? And on top of that, I was saying we need to. It was saying the strategy. Flyers on mediums for some reason, even though we definitely should be on softs.
Yeah, that's a
So
very good
we'll see what
point.
happens. I said before, we normally do a bet who's going to finish higher. At it this time, 2 new rookies to this debut season.
Yeah.
Maka, Miffy,
Oh,
who's
I
finishing
feel
higher.
he's doing Maca Crisper.
No, that would be unfair.
Ooh. Do you know what? I'll let you pick. I'm happy
I've
with
got
either.
Maka. I'm
Alright,
going
I'll
with
go Miffy
Maka.
then. I'll go Miffy.
Well, of course you go with Miffy. You got no other choice in that one.
Oh, copies on the hard tires. I just noticed that.
Another one as well to keep an eye on. Brandon and Monty. That'll be an interesting one.
I'll take Monty on that one if you want.
Okay, Brandon, Monty, and Glenn. I'll go for Brandon, of course, but I just want to keep an eye on those 3. I think those will be interesting ones. Watch Carlos on the softs. We were saying before, though, ideal strategy is going to be soft, medium, soft, soft, hard, soft. Didn't show a medium strategy, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But, there we are. 18 drivers, strong. Couple drivers missing, but, should be here soon enough, as in soon enough being next week, maybe.
So, I'm going on board. Well, I'm not going on board. I'm watching Miffy for this
Perfect.
first corner.
How many
As
are
we're
dying?
finally getting into VL F1 Season 5, the first race, the first Grand Prix. And ladies and gentlemen, lights are out. Off we go.
Interesting
So,
start. Good
it
start by
is.
Flyer.
Trying to keep an eye, a little contact, a little bit of a nudge. So far, so good. Oh, he saves that! And Carlos into the wall.
I love that. So far, so good as Carlos flies across the screen. Beautiful. I did see I think it was. Oh, we are seeing Monty drop quite a bit as well. I think it was Hodgson went into the back of Brandon. Maka dropping. No, Maka, not like this. That's it. So get back up there. Brandon gaining a few places there into the first corner. Again, this track on the first corner is absolutely nightmarish. First lap is always a nightmare. You have to just wait till the field spreads out. But I don't know how much the field is going to spread out in these races now. With this,
Well, that's it. If they're going to be really, really tight all the way through the race, that's going to be some interesting battles.
Yeah. Again, kind of hard to tell what's going on without the scoreboard up.
Yeah, I mean, I purposely took it off just for this first part.
Oh, okay, I get you. I thought you did it because for branding, because you has to minimalise it a little bit. Oh,
so that's Hodge into the pits.
Damage.
Right, let's go back. The UI.
Oh, it's Glenn.
It's Glenn. Sorry, Glenn into the pits. Definitely wing damage.
Yeah.
Front end was missing completely. There is a Sector 3 flag. I think that's just the Carlos who's got to go around slow. Grid's going mental. The infill timer.
I was gonna say.
Let's just go back to hiding it for a bit, I guess.
Glenn was first.
Glenn first in the pits.
The Flyer is still first, regardless of what the board was doing. Yeah, bit mental. The game is still F1. It's still made by Codemasters. The bugs are still there. What a surprise. Calm. Be interesting to see how far he's climbed.
Yeah, he's still in P10.
Is he still P10?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Law's into 7th. Ignore Carlos. Carlos is last, but he's in the pits. So we got Flyer, Crispy, Trav, Shadow, Law, Charmander, Rock, Calm, Somther. So Calm is P9.
Yeah, he should. Oh, it's not sorting itself. I thought he was going to sort itself out. There we go.
Mac has ruined me here. Absolutely ruined me.
Go on, Miffy lad.
Somther with a penalty. 3 seconds for cutting corners already. Third lap. It's an interesting strategy.
Maka with a pen as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, can I turn the stops off? Let's get rid of that. Yeah.
There we
go.
go. Yeah, the grid's fairly tight. Flyer, Crispy, Trav all on top of each other. Crispy's holding his place really well, not putting into pressure now, keeping right on top of Flyer. Again, I'm sure Flyer should have been on different.
Who's this? That's someone
Looks
else in
like
the wall.
it's
Was that Carlos again?
Copy
Is
of
Carlos?
Carlos having
Facing
a
the wrong way?
stinker here. He's basically a lap down. And he can't even get out just because of everyone coming round.
Nice
That's,
tires are incredibly hot as well.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Ooh, it's looking very close at the top as we are getting DRS activated. Don't probably lost lap to be honest with you. We should see some good battles going on now. As we are seeing Crispy take the lead. Crispy.
Oh, this is looking like an intense
well.
three-way battle, you know.
Yeah, Trav, Flyer, and Crispy. I think Flyer's race pace ain't the same as quali pace, and I think he's kind of holding Trav back right now. But
Yeah,
of
it
course,
seems so.
he's not going to let him through, is he? As
No,
you see,
obviously not,
Carlos DNF in the pits. 2 spins and Carlos is gone.
And then
I think I
Coffee
understand
is
it.
also the wrong way. McLaren having a stinker. Oof.
F1 2021 is not McLaren's game, unlike real life. Unlucky times.
Oh, Law's gone.
Well.
When
As we see Coffee spin again.
I couldn't get the Law incident, I tried.
No, it's unlucky. Brandon
Monty might get round.
Oh, safety car. Safety car.
Ah, that's why. I was like, why is Monty slowing down?
Yeah, everyone dived into the pits.
Then he gets a speed drive through.
Oh. So we've seen everyone below 5th and Brandon dive into the pit so far. Brandon opting to stay out with Crispy, Flyer, Trav, Shadow, and Charmander. This is good for Brandon, at the moment at least. Gets to catch up, close the gap to Charmander. It's also good for Shadow and Charmander as they now can close up to Trav. We are getting a Monty penalty for speeding the pit lane as well. So
No.
Glenn and Monty and Somfer and Maka right now with penalties. Of course, not what we wanted to see, but we have seen it. So unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it now. Calm maintaining 8th position. Again, even better news for Calm. Close up the grid again. Wants to be up there. Issue is though, we've seen that first corner and the chaos that was present. We're going through it all again. Slightly less chaos this time, just because it's a bit more spread out rather than a standing start. But hopefully we see a bit more chaos. Crispy and Flyer now going into the pits. Ooh, interesting tactic. Trav starting to stay out. Shadow staying out. Charmander staying out. Let's see what Brandon does. Brandon is also staying out. So Crispy and Flyer followed each other. Well, Flyer followed Crispy. Trav decided, nah, this ain't me. Stays out.
So as it stands, Trav having the track position. Same for Shadow. Brandon should.
Oh my.
What are we looking at?
Oh, Flyer and Crispy just got ahead of Rock and Calm. So they were the ones wanting to beat because they'd already pitted. But it was close. Right on their tails. If any faster and those two were done, that would have been a dead pit. But it's just worked out for them, I'd say. Just being the very key word there. That could have been disastrous.
So lots of pressure now on Crispy, because if you look at who's behind him, Flyer, plenty of race wins. Rock, plenty of podiums. Calm, speaks for itself.
One thing I will say is though, when's Calm ever shown respect to people who you know,
who are new and doesn't know? Yeah. He's not. He's going to get the elbows out. So same for Rock. Rock's an incredibly aggressive driver.
They don't let people through easily, which I like. You know, it makes it interesting, doesn't it? But
so it'd be interesting to see how Crispy deals with that. He's obviously shown he's got pace. He got to the P1. Gotta
mention my boy Sonny, Aston Martin. He's from being 18th. He's not, you know, he's flying under the radar a little bit. He's catching back up.
The nicest car in the grid by far, in my opinion, by the way.
I'd say the Alpha Tauri is a little bit better. Colour-wise, yeah.
I love the Aston. Absolutely love it.
The only part that's down the Aston, the dog-ass pink, it looks like a watermelon.
I like it. Honestly, I'm such a fan of the Aston.
Mate, he's driving a fucking watermelon, and that's my team.
Like, Merc's obviously a nice car, but I think it's just getting a little bit boring now. in my opinion. This one, Alpine? Not Alpine.
Yeah, Williams.
Williams. The Williams is nice, but it's not Williams colour.
No.
Show the pits for a bit? What do you mean, Coucher? Oh,
They
do you
want to see
mean...
how many times people have stopped, I think.
Yeah. I got you.
Copy decided not to stop. Interesting strat. Interesting. Especially
We'll
when
also take a look at tyres in a second as well, just before we get the safety car restart.
Safety car in this lap, so now's your time to check the
Right,
tyres.
let's go to the tyres. So, calm on hards. Sunny on hards. Poppy still on his hards, hasn't pitted. The top four, or mediums. Crispy's gone for softs. Rock has gone for softs. Flyers then flipped to the mediums. Any surprises there?
Calm on the hards. Just, I think he's expecting to go long. Crispy, I think it might have been better going to the mediums and being fast later on when there's being less fuel in the car, but I think it'll both work out because I think it'll be a soft medium type of vibe, whereas obviously a medium soft for Flyer. I do think it would have been better to be mediums now, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. You'll get a bit of a better let go here. We're not going to go back to racing though.
I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to go for it. Maybe I have some of this on. Maybe I have the map. No, okay.
Oh! Yeah. There was contact there between whoever that was and someone else. Great commentary.
Great commentary there.
It's so hard to tell without seeing the names.
Use the driver numbers. Keck.
Oh yeah, because he sees them here. Where's the driver number for that one, eh?
80 there.
There you go. That's calm. I can see that just because it's in the top right.
I'm aggressive on the overtake.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Flying with a penalty.
These two are battling these right here, Calm and Rock. Rock, ooh, the bit nasty from Rock there, moving out on Calm. But nothing Calm wouldn't have done to Rock, as Rock goes through. And Flyer looks like he's just slowed down to let Calm through, but has lost out places.
Alright, let's go back to the UI. Let's see where we're
Flyer
at.
Just... Brandon dropping
Rock.
already.
Rock getting the overtake on Brandon. Calm getting the overtake on Brandon.
What?
Brandon going to the pits.
Brandon, not a chance you're doing this.
I wonder if he's had a bit of a contact on that restart.
If not, this is like Flyer.
Hodgson.
I think definitely has because he's had the.
Yeah.
No, Hodgson was less. If he's had no contact, Hodgson's was smarter than this. I don't want to call it stupid because that's rude.
Yeah.
But Hodgson at least done it under safety car. This is just going to the pits after the safety car. Hopefully there is contact there. If not,
there must be.
Doing? Yeah, I'd assume so.
So
we'll say again, Sonny, my boy, P7, reckon it.
Yeah, Sonny will get up there. I don't have much doubt in that. Crispy then, within 3/10 of Chaminade. Chaminade, by the way, P3. Obviously, I don't think he's pitted yet, but still, P3 is the stance.
Crispy's looking in a good position right now. He needs to get past Charmander though, and needs to get past Shadow. Otherwise, Trav is going to drive away. He can't be caught up with Charmander and Shadow right now. Charmander doing a good job considering his qualifying, to be honest with you. I'd have expected to see him down where Calm is right now, Sonny, but he's done very good. DRS is back enabled. Sompa with another penalty. 3 seconds again. He needs to stay inside the lines, but you know what? We all make them mistakes, me more than any. Hodge, P10 as well. Brandon Flyer, unless another safety car happens.
And Miffy's gone. It looks like it's lost traction.
Looks like we got another safety car, so Brandon is saved.
There we go.
Well, I win the bet, by the way.
Nah. You're not taking that.
Made it further. Mac has made it further.
We're not getting you that, no chance.
Mac has made it further? He's out racing.
If you're claiming the fake victory, we've never done DNS before.
What do you mean we have done it before? He's done it. He's beaten there.
Flyer's still in the pits, by the way. He's just come out.
Might have had a penalty to
possibly, yeah.
Not going to affect him too much. He should catch up with everyone. Should be all right. Same with Brandon. Basically, everyone back to 0. 2 safety cars already. 10 laps in.
Now, do these front runners go to the pits now? Surely they go in the pits.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Trav in. Trav. Shadow in.
Well, Charmander though.
Crispy
Charmander
out.
Will. Yeah, Crispy's already paid, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, I'm trolling.
So, why it might have actually been smart to pit with everyone, just so you weren't staggered from them. make it a bit easier to judge. I can understand why he stayed out. So we are seeing so far Miffy, Law, and Carlos all visit the nice place in the sky. We are seeing Shadow come out. Yeah, so at the moment, Crispy in a good position. Somfit in a good position. 5-lap old mediums isn't a bad thing to be in, but he does have 6 seconds of penalties. So, also,
Look
not
at Monty's
ideal.
position change, by the way.
Yeah, Monty and Sonia right now are the ones that are really impressive. I'd say from where they've started. It's going to be interesting. And I think obviously Fly is not in the best position right now, but obviously he's going to catch back up to everyone when the grid closes. Somfir's got the 6 seconds. Hodgson's in a great position right now as well. He is on soft, so is he going to do a Hodgson and pit on the safety car after 1 lap? Even though he could have pitted on the first lap? We'll see.
Wasn't Hodgson's like on lap 3? I swear it was like lap 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was like the last lap of the safety car. Again, he still hasn't explained why he's done that, I don't think.
I guess rid of that. Okay. And then... So yeah, I'm just having a little play around, see what it clears off. Somfir stays out.
Looks like everyone's staying out at the moment.
Get the scenic view. Will not know because I've took it off. Hey.
Maybe someone's pitted. Welcome to VLF1. We don't like to know that. Takes too much above the screen to see the pits.
Yeah, I mean, you look how bulky it gets.
It does. No, it does get bulky when you put it out constantly. It's just definitely one of them things you gotta check every now and then, isn't it?
I just don't understand why they didn't squeeze the thing a bit more over. Like, take the names down a bit more as well. I wonder if it's the names. I wonder if it's Brandon's name so long.
That'll play a part of it, but I don't think it'll be the main reason. Like, they've made it so bulky. Like, look at the gap between the names and the actual times, right?
Yeah.
It's so massive.
Josh Griffin, welcome to VLF1. Yes, there is potential for you to race in the league. However, I will give you a disclaimer. It is a PC F1 2021 league. If that's something that still interests you, I'm sure there's a Discord link down below. If not, type it in the chat,
get one for you.
And Dan will sort you out.
Also, it is EU. I mean, you can race from NA, but the ping might not be the best for you. Just a heads up as well in case. Well, who knows, eh? Give it a go, see what it's about. There you go.
There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Stodd.
Hey, look at that, still got me, bud.
I won't take that away from you, my boy.
Still reffing it.
Alright, let's go with the boy Monty on the restart.
Wait, I'm going to do this while we're here on mod view, right? Let me get it up. Let's, where the fuck's Monty? Oh, there it is. While we're here, throw a little prediction on.
Okay, boys, and I say boys and girls, we are restarting. Glenn with a penalty again. Glenn, stop taking these penalties. What are you playing at? Heads in the wrong place. I won't reveal why, but not concentrated today at all. Poor performance. Trying to see if there's any argy-bargy. Seems all pretty much as straight as you like. Maka with a penalty. As we go into Sector 2, the more technical part of the track. Let's get the UI back because it's really difficult to talk about who's who. On the tail of Charm and a Nerd. Really pressing hard.
Interesting one. Will Calm finish top 3?
I'm not allowed to vote, sadly.
No. Apparently you can't bet against yourself.
Trav and Monty going at it, Trav getting the position. So yeah, if you're in the chat, please vote. Wager some of your VL coins. Are they VL coins? I can't remember what they're called.
I think so. I mean,
named them something.
Useless.
Beans, maybe beans.
Yeah, they're just called. Honestly, when I hover over it, it just says channel points.
Well, maybe I didn't name the VL too.
But yeah,
Trav and Hodge now battling side by side. Hodge gaining the position again.
Hodge doing a bit, you know. I like that. Respect that from Hodge.
Trav getting the inside line. Hodge sticking it out, battling. But
There's
Trav
not a
seems
lot
to
of
get the
room in that
position.
corner.
Oh, there's
You
not,
have
and
to be
Trav seems
so
to have got
careful.
it. Yeah, he has indeed. I think more to come from these two, you know. Hodge didn't want to give that position, but Trav just cleared away.
Yeah, Sonny's also moving up. Shadow, you know, he's pitted as well. Got Monty
Okay.
and Hodgson between them.
Dan, I'm getting a bit of Mystic Meg fruity vibes, and I feel like within the next 10 there'll be some rain.
You think in the next 10 you're going to see rain?
Yeah,
I'm looking at that sky, you know, and I'm looking at it and I'm seeing, I don't know.
I'm seeing rain in the near future.
Have you got some insider information then? Some
Yeah,
insider
Crouchy in the
trading?
chat just said rain in 10.
Alright, he said Glenn's Jeff, and do you know how trustworthy they are? They
I'm
speak
guessing
so
not very.
much shit. No, they speak so much shit, let me tell you. We're going to see rain in the next 15. So we are seeing that most people think that Calm is going to finish outside of a top 3. Honestly, I think I'd have gone with that as well, just because of the way this
Yellow
grid
flag in
is going.
sector 2.
Monty's dead. Monty, my boy.
Not like this, Monty.
So
Does
you
he
are
get away
seeing
rock? He gets rocked.
Macca's not looking in a great position right now either. Like, well, you're still ahead of Miffy, and that's what matters.
Another
Sonny,
penalty for Glenn. Another penalty for Somfer.
Sonny is making moves. I think Somfer's not going to be too far off disqualification, you know.
We can go on. I think there's a way to look at penalties. He's got 9 seconds of penalties. Glenn with 6. Glenn already serving his drive-through. I believe it's a drive-through.
Yeah, I mean, these penalties, they start adding up, and obviously it comes to the end of the race. 6 seconds now sets you back to 12, so I don't think, maybe not 12, it depends how the other times add up with each other.
Yeah.
Roughly about 10th, 12th, though, between those two. Sonny again, now to P5. We gotta watch this, you know. Sonny can be making some mad moves and just sneaking into that top 3 without you even thinking about it. Because I remember Somfer at the moment, again, 6 seconds of penalty. Hodgson, I think they're on the same pit as Sonny, but I would say Sonny is the better driver than Hodgson, personally. I don't know if that's just Aston Martin bias coming in, but I'm going to stick with it. Yeah. Oh, we just see Charmander there absolutely lose grip and fly off the side of the track.
Yeah, it's quite a little bit on the broadcaster flyers camera there. Oh, just about to talk about Charmander. He was looking for an overtake, and I think that's what's happened. He's come around that corner, trying to keep pace, and away he goes. Crispy and Trav now battling for the top spot. Crispy giving that position up, I guess. I mean, I don't know actually what happened, but so far he's been battling.
So the thing is, you probably know yourself, but just for people who don't know, when you are following a car, there's something called dirty air from the aerodynamics of the car flying over it and creating a vortex of air behind the car in front of you, which slows down your car massively and can unsettle the car. I think that's what happened with Charmander there just then. He's been following people and the dirty air's unsettled his car and took him out. Unfortunately, that's just part of it. That's what parts of the 2022 changes are coming in.
Sonny
Sonny
spins out.
I had hope. I think again, Sonny has just suffered the same fate as Charmander in terms of the dirty air, and I think that's what Crispy's struggling with at the moment. The only real time you get to overtake someone when you're following in dirty air is through DRS, but you've got it. It's even then it's very hard. But yeah, unlucky for Sonny. He's still in the race though. 11th, can still score some points. Brandon in a way better position than I thought he would be in at this point. So fair play to Brandon. No pens as well. Flyer come back into it after his incident before. Glenn also back into it after lap 1. Again with penalties though, so we'll see how that falls into it. Sonny into the pits. Hodgson now chasing down.
Crispy's on AI, by the way.
Oh yeah, it looks like Crispy's out of DC. Which at this point, without a safety car, I'd say hands Trav the win. Unlucky for Crispy, he was doing so well as well, really, you know. But I don't know if that's his internet or Codemasters being Codemasters, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, not much you can do about it now. Rock, 3 second time penalty.
Just watching Flyer looking like he's going to try and battle now with Brandon. Wanting to press ahead, trying to get back towards that top spot.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep an eye on the bet. Calm. He's not that far off Shadow. Somfort still, you know. Oh, we are seeing Flyer go for it. Good move by Flyer. Oh, he nearly takes out Brandon, but Brandon moving just in time. Good reactions.
Yeah, good driving from Brandon there.
Yeah, so we are seeing the trade now with these two stuck behind what looks like Crispy Bot.
Somther.
Oh, is it Somfer?
Yeah,
Sorry, Somfer.
Crispy
I
Bot
just assumed it was
is...
Crispy.
I don't know where he is.
15th, it looks
There,
like.
he's there.
Yeah.
So he's just ahead of Fly, so he's actually in P5.
Yeah, unfortunate. Oops. So we are going to see the chances of Somfer, you know, dropping quite hard. So realistically, overall speaking, we've got probably Hodgson in second right now, Shadow in fourth, Calm in Shadow in third, Calm in fourth. Most likely when it's all said and done with the penalties and that sort of thing going on, but obviously hard to see that from back here. We are getting blue flag from someone.
I wonder if that's Crispy, you know, with the game thinking he's in 14th.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, we are. Oh!
Oh, Shadow.
Shadow. Oh, Calm into P3. Oh, wait, Trav's P. Oh, no, the
Oh,
board's doing it again.
we're just going to turn that off for a bit. So on with Carp. Overtaking Hodgson.
That is... So, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Calm, I think, is in second, though, as JC said.
Well, I'm not sure, because I think that's
Oh,
Crispy ahead of him.
No, I think it's Somfer ahead, Trav ahead.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Trav, Somfer, Calm, Hodge,
so,
Flyer,
Calm's
Brandon.
net P2 as it stands with the penalties right now.
Yeah.
Is this back yet? Nope.
I mean, it's looking like the one person who bet on Calm to get top 3 is going to be cashing in. Granted, it's not that much, but you know what? Fair enough. You're going to be getting your money. Well, your coins, your beads. So we are going to see Somfer and Calm here. Calm should have this done on the next straight / corner. If it's not done now, yep, I think you'll get him here.
There's some more blue flags, by the way.
Yeah, I'm ignoring them now. I don't know what's going on. See, this is the danger corner. This is so easy to go into the back of someone if you time it wrong. Good. Nice driving from both of them. Brandon, I think, is I think Brandon's P6. Oh, Brandon's apparently P14.
Brandon and Glenn are here. I don't know where that actually puts them.
Oh, maybe that's what the blue flag... No, because Glenn's back in 5th now, and Brandon's back in 6th. I don't know, man. This game doesn't do much better, does it?
No.
It just doesn't improve in some things. But we are... You know, a lot of things change.
Flag panel for
but
Rock?
you know what? Some things don't change. Trav, Calm, Flyer, 1, 2, 3. It was just bound to happen, wasn't it? After we...
Crispy is in the chat, so it seems that's probably him done then.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlucky, Crispy. You're doing so well as well. Like, you're really doing well, and the game's just fucked you, but welcome to Codemasters Zone.
Somfers keeps going to be in the pit and getting penalties at the same time. Pit penalty. Glenn is in P2. Now he's down to P1, and then to P7, P8.
Oh my goodness. Who said this game was ready? Who said it was ready? Ask me if I'm happy I've not bought it yet.
Somfer into P1 now, Glenn into P6. Excellent performance.
So Somfer pitted in 4th and came out 1st. How mad is that? Somfer lagged back into Hodge. Oh, Hodge is now 1st. Oh,
Sonny's 15th.
I think the order, for anyone wondering, by the way, is Travis, Calm, Flyer, Glenn, Brandon. I think.
I mean, we can work it out on the map, right? So, Trav is here.
Oh, someone's dead, though. Is that Shadow? Or is that Crispy Bot?
Maybe Crispy Bot.
Yeah.
So, Trav is here. Calm, Flyer, Glenn. Brandon is letting people past.
What?
Oh!
What's happening?
I could. see P1 just losing half his wing.
Brandon is the fucking TARDIS. Fucking Cassidy on this rift, didn't he?
Oh, I could have changed, but I
that's
just wanted to watch it.
No,
Oh.
that was beautiful.
Hey, I tell you what, your prediction in Macca, P1 at the minute. Oh no, wait, Hodgson's gone.
Hodgson is dead, I think, or he's DC'd. It's
I
one
mean,
of the two.
I'm not sure.
I think Travis still first, and I think it's still
Brandon apparently
Colin
has a
Flyer.
safety car. There is a safety car on the track there.
Does everyone pause and just restart the game?
I'm not sure. I can't see any AI symbols. It's just a random safety car. There we are. Calm in the pits. Glenn in the pits.
It's a safety car.
Yeah.
Wait, there's actually Calm, Glenn, Trav, Flyer. It looks like it. I think it is. I think this is the actual scoreboard right now.
Yeah, it looks like it. Flyer, Brandon coming round. Gonna be close with Flyer, but he's just behind.
So we
Yeah,
are seeing
this
Calm,
looks like
Glenn,
the real one.
Trav, Flyer.
You tell me how Glenn's gone from being flat bottom to being P2. I don't know.
Rock's 2 minutes behind.
Can't be right, surely.
No, I think it is. You know, I've got no idea what is happening anymore.
Okay, so, whew, after all that.
So, in case you've missed it, we've had Brandon become Cassidy and just teleporting all over the track. Hodgson died unexplainably.
Yeah, I couldn't even see his car on the track. I have no idea where Hodgson went.
The leaderboard has been about 5 different things in the past 3 seconds. The one thing we're certain of is Rock is last and Calm is first. But even then, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, so I think what happened with Brandon, trying to explain the chaos, is I think he went in the pits, but the game desynced in terms of what we're seeing. Thought he was in the middle, kept trying to reload to where he actually was, and kept like glitching between. Because Brandon looks like, let's go on the tyres while we've got a bit of time. Brandon looks, yeah, so he's got fresh softs. So Brandon was ahead of the pit before everyone else. Brandon then came out, apparently had the safety car, which must have been from Hodge. And I think we're sort of back to normality now, I want to say.
Can we see the pens? Have a gander at them. So we've got drive through on Macca, 11 seconds on Monty, 9 on Somfort, 6 on Glenn. Glenn's not looking good up there, is he?
No.
One thing that'll be interesting to see though is Flyer did start on the mediums, but he should have started on the softs.
Yeah. That will, I'd imagine, get brought up at some point.
I forgot the Stewardon's back on as well, isn't it? So
it is. So I'd imagine that'll get raised.
Just jumping over to VL chat, and I'm seeing Hodgson saying he hopes it doesn't count. Crispy asking for the same thing. Unfortunately, I think it will count.
Asking for what not to count? The penalty points or just the race?
Yeah. The race.
I mean, we've seen this in the past where the game goes batshit mental and we do keep it, so...
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, it just is what it is, right? Like, as much as I don't like it either, but, you know. Here we are. I mean, it's... I don't know what to say about this game, to be honest with you. If you wanted an advertisement of why Codemasters is bad, feel free to watch this. Just one of them, innit? What are you going to do? We are back to racing, didn't even notice. So we have got Calm, Glenn, Trav, Flyer, Brandon, Somfer, Charmander, Shadow, Copy, Sunny, Rock, Monty, Macca, all still left in the race. We got Hodgson, Crispy, Miffy, Law, and Carlos, all DNF, even though it says that there's a time for Crispy and Hodge. It's not. Macca at the moment is dead last. Rock is not 2 minutes behind, apparently. Who would have thought? Sunny back into P10 after his crash. Copy You know, he has just been overtaken by Sonny, but you know, keep an eye on Copy. He's done quite well for himself. Shadow was running up there along with Somfer and Charmander, but has fallen back. Somfer with 9 seconds of penalties. We got Glenn with 6 and Flyer with 3. So at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be a calm 1, Chavis 2, potentially Fire 3. We'll never know.
Another safety car?
I don't think this one's real. No, it is real.
I mean, they're under it.
It also says on the map the safety car's in front of them. What?
Fly again, the free position
no.
gang.
What are our Flyers first? Hello? What?
I mean,
what? So safety car, so Flyer can go first. But this, what's the safety car even for? I think Flyer's letting Calm go back ahead because obviously it makes sense. I think he's also got to let Glenn go back. Nope, never mind. I think if he does that, he gets a penalty. Yeah, I've got no idea. So I guess Flyer's now first. I'm sure when the race restarts, Flyer will move out the way for Calm and Glenn. I am sure he will. Otherwise, I imagine you'll get a stupid pen.
Right, I'm gonna go with Maka, right? Okay, the safety car is now there. It was, I couldn't see it on track earlier. Why have we got another safety car?
The game felt bad for Maka and thought, oh, let's give him another to catch up. And why not give Flyer the lead at the same time?
Yeah, I'll see what you're looking at on the chat. Lots of people asking for short distance restarts. So unsure what was going to have to happen there.
This is just an absolute mess. Let me tell you. Yeah, I'd love to say this is not how they usually go, but honestly, this is worse than normal, even for Codemasters. Spooky safety cars mixed with people getting free positions for some reason, mixed with people just randomly dying with teleporting cars. This is the worst I've seen it.
Yeah. The whole Brandon thing was a bit special. Double safety car.
Do you know what though? I think the Brandon thing. Oh, Sonny crashed into Shadow under safety car.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. I think the Brandon thing. You know what? Games do that. They sometimes you just mess up, right? I think the rest of it though is pretty inexcusable for a game that charges you about £50.
So Sonny has lost his side plate as well after that collision, it seems.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate thing about crashing on the safety car. You get a 5-second penalty, and chances are you have lost a bit of your wing. So I expect to see Sonny dive into the pit here, which is probably going to ruin his chance at points. But the hint is there: don't crash into people in the safety car, I guess.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So yeah, we're going to see Sonny drop back. Maka not at the bottom anymore. Monty is still in it, running. Brandon is in a good position. You know, we said this at the start. Brandon's going to be struggling for like points here, but fair play to him. He's done quite well, even with all the weirdness going on. But he's still, you know, you got to do what you can while you're there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Flyer coming off the restart, just because he shouldn't really be there, but he is. Whether he just decides, you know what, I'm going to get a penalty if I go for it. If I don't go for it, I'm going to lose points anyway. I'm going to lose positions anyway. Because there's no way you can just like Calm and Glenn ahead without letting Trav ahead and Brandon. And Somfer at that point.
Is that rain? So Couchy has just pointed out, but I think I can also see specks of rain coming down. Yeah, definitely can. So probably pit time.
I don't know. It's not. You can't pit yet. It's not wet enough.
Sonny is on the inters.
That might be a strategy just because he's already at this point. What's he got to lose, right?
True.
I think it needs another couple of laps, and at that point, is it worth pitting for 3 laps? Potentially, it definitely is potentially worth it, but we'll see what everyone does now. I think if people start pitting now, then yeah, I think it is in this time, but I think it can also be a big in if people pit now. It's always that balancing the risk of going in too early and staying out, right?
Flyer
looks like
going to the pits, it seems.
Yeah, I was going to say Calm, but
Yeah, flying in
Yeah.
the pits.
Looks
Calm
like we're
in the
seeing
pits.
everyone.
Glenn
Yep.
pits. Trav.
Trav's
Not
giving it a
pits.
risk.
Sonta pits. Chairman are not
Alex
pits
and
either.
Trav. So Red Bull thinking better. This can work out massive, or this can really stink. We're also seeing the Alpine off Shadow also stay out there now. Sunny again. See, Sunny might have niced it here into P4 now, and he's already on
Yeah.
the Inters.
Maybe the big brain strat.
I mean,
Do
I
we
think
get
this is
another
good
lap
for
of
Sunny
safety
either
car? Is it
way.
in this one?
It should say halfway around the track, so we'll find out. It should be in this one though, I imagine, because I don't know what the safety car was for in the first place.
I don't either.
Honestly, it might just give safety car to the end of the race now, I imagine.
Trav, because he stayed out on the slicks, just gets an insta P1.
he's done the Russell, hasn't he?
He has done the Russell. Chairman had his first race back after about 10 races out. Gets a P2. Easy dub.
Yeah, I don't know. The Inters might be in right now, to be honest. I get it. Inters now. Yeah, it's coming in this lap.
Well, let's have a look. I'm sure everyone just went into
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 3
It's
softs,
a
rest
risk.
inters.
Let's see if this risk plays off for Red Bull, though. I think
Those
you might have
pit
one lap.
stops.
I think you might have one lap of being faster than the Inters.
So we will see.
We are seeing Charmander not really wanting the tyres as much. Maybe not wanting to risk sliding off the track. You know, making short turns rather than the long ones, as you see Trav making.
Trav feeling a bit confident.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this could work out massive for Red Bull, or could literally just be the worst mistaking and in the bottom of the charts, to be honest with you. Oh,
Yeah.
as we see, yep,
Oh, Shadow's
finding
gone.
out that dry tyres on wet tyres do not go together.
And there goes Chairman.
So the Inters, Sunny, come on, Sunny boy.
I mean, we're just waiting for Trav to go now as well. Yeah, I mean, it is a gamble, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
They saw everyone diving in the pits. They could have gone in.
Oh, we did see Maka also die. We could be another safety car here, although it's towards the end of the race. I don't think the game will do it now. I mean, at that point in the game, real life red flag right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we are.
Trav's still going.
Charmander definitely going to come in last now. He's got a pit. Trav, I think, might pit. He might not. It's a risk, though, after seeing what happened to we had a Grosjean with
Safety car.
Shadow. Trav might have niced it, Trav might have niced it.
He's going to the pits now, though.
No, he's there. Do you know what this does mean, though? I reckon Sunny's first.
Or the penalties.
There was a couple penalties then. I think Rock got a penalty. I think Rock got a penalty for a crash with Shadow Hopper, even though Shadow Hopper was out. So, explain that one game. You can't. Yeah, I think Sunny's in a proper good position here to get this win.
And now the Red Bulls who gambled and now 10th and 11th.
You know what this also means, though? And we've absolutely ate our own words here. Brandon's going to get podium.
Yeah, it's on the
We've
cards,
absolutely.
isn't it?
I mean, Glenn's got what, 6 seconds, 9 seconds of pens.
Yeah.
Somford's got 9 seconds of pens. You know what I mean?
But he's calm. Does Calm get that third?
It's possible. I mean, you got to remember, Flyer's also got them pens. He's got to stay well ahead. He's got to build up the 3 seconds to Glenn and Sonny. Well, he's got to build up 3 seconds to Brandon. Sorry, not Glenn. Glenn's done.
So we'll see. Don't forget,
caught back up as well, just because the
Calm might not have the laps to do it.
So I mean, we could only have one more lap of racing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's been an absolute shit show. It's not been a.
And we get to do it all again next weekend.
Oh, God bless, dude. God bless this game. I think there might be a few changes for next weekend. I don't know if the league system we used. I don't know if they'll think, oh, this might be to the league system.
I have no idea. As I told you off cast, I have no idea how things work.
We'll see. Looks like we're going to have another lap of the safety car at least. Is there debris on the track there? Make sure everyone.
Oh, I've just seen someone go. Monty.
Oh god, there's two Grosjeans. Oh, and there's another Grosjean. Oh. Honestly, if this is your first time watching it, usually the standard of racing is a lot higher. This is a mixture of the game being completely dog shit and people just playing for the first time in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. I think people have now got to I think everyone needs to calm down a little bit.
You are
Everyone's
right.
getting a bit too worked up.
I can't see Brandon not getting a podium here.
That's what I mean. Like, we've got to eat our own words. We've just got to face up to the fact that we were wrong. Brandon's doing...
I mean, predictions go out the window when you've had a race like this, right?
They do, but I mean, credit where credit's due, right?
Oh, without doubt. I'm not trying to take away. I just mean what we were saying about him potentially struggling. We've had Crispy, who was right at the top. That was essentially where it all started going wrong. DC couldn't rejoin. The bot kind of just screwed everyone. And then once that started happening,
expect to be up there as well.
Yeah, and again, he's crashed out, hasn't he?
Well, I've read the chat, and he said that Somford Ghost appeared in front of him and crashed into him.
Yeah,
which I completely believe.
Because I mean, we couldn't see it on the grid, so he probably points to the fact that that's true. Safety car in this lap, that's a late call, you know.
Two laps, yeah. So realistically, Glenn's got to make a 9-second distance to Brandon.
Glenn's not on podium. I think the one to watch is Calm and Blaze, potentially Rock as well, but I don't know if it's just a little bit out of the reach of Rock.
Sonny as well, because if Sonny's just got to keep up with Flyer. It'd be interesting if, like, as we are racing again, Flyer and Sonny have really got to go for it. Rock's going for a move on Calm. Calm's falling back.
Dive in. There's contact.
Oh,
there's a wheel lock. Rock gone. Calm gone.
Calm's dead.
No, Rock's dead. Calm's still going.
Sorry, Rock's dead.
Honestly, that's it. Point scorers are all around.
They've done this to each other. They've done it to themselves then.
Yeah, they both made the move.
Glenn got past Sonny, which is great news for Flyer.
But yeah, I mean, I think that all but confirms unless Brandon has a crash. I can't see a world where Brandon doesn't get that podium.
Monty into P7. What is this race? Copy, you know what? Copy's been so quiet this race. I've not heard a thing out of him. Yeah, the crash at the start, but you know what? He's been quiet. He's had no penalties. He's in 6th. He's doing well for himself. You've got to give that, a bit of respect on that. Trav somehow ended up in 9th. Now, obviously, Calm you expect to be where he is after what just happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Trav. Fly with a penalty. That will confirm, I think, a Sonny victory.
It does look like it, doesn't it? You're getting them vibes.
Yeah, you're not getting 6 seconds there.
Bearing any, shit with submissions and stuff, but I don't know how this is supposed to, the only one I can see an instance so far we have to submission it is the Calm and Rock one. Who's at fault there? I don't know. Not to make that judgment right now. It looked a bit more like it was both of them, if I'm being honest. So I'm not going to make a judgment I just said, but then I'm making my judgment anyway. The channel bet coming through big, I guess. Calm not going to be top 3.
Does Brandon get P2?
It is. I think it is, Because there's 2.5 seconds to Flyer, from 3 seconds to Flyer from him.
And he's on a 6-second pen, and he's 1 lap left after this one.
Flyer needs to get a move on. Honestly, though, Aston Martin coming in big might be 25 points here, at least 18 points. At least 18, I reckon. I
mean, it's got to be a win here. Like, unless Sonny crashes, there's no way on earth it's not a win for him.
Looking at this race, right? Can you tell me what's going to happen?
No, I was hoping we was going to get a bit of clarity with, like, the grid setting up. Today's race has just been, I think, a bit of a write-off. We'll post-mortem it, I guess, next week as we look back. And I think next week might be a better indication. He says hoping and praying.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count. It does look like Brandon's fallen behind Flyer, though. I don't know if he's going to get... Oh, Flyer a bit spooky then, but he's kept it.
Let's go gap leader. So Brandon is 4.1. Flyer's got 6 seconds pens. Calm with the penalty. It's not going to make any difference down there. Glenn is 3 seconds for Flyer. Sonny 3 seconds. Something's 5 seconds. I think Flyer goes. Oh no, Santa's got penalties. Ignore me.
I
I'm
think
trolling.
Flyer goes P3,
Yeah.
P1 Sonny, P2 Brandon. Which, you know what, I wouldn't have predicted that from the start. If you said it was going to be that at the start, wouldn't have believed it. But you know what, fair play to both Sonny and Brandon.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Has not been the easiest race for either of them, but they've managed to, through all the spookiness and all the madness, they've managed to secure the bag. Hopefully,
There
here.
we have Flyer crossing the start finish line. Glenn, Sonny jump into P1, Blaze into P2. That confirms the top three. Charmander,
Charmander.
Trav, Glenn. Copy jumps Glenn as
Glenn's the
well.
7th. That's a pain, isn't
And
it?
then wow. Oh, pay them out, by the way. Pay them out. The bet.
Choose outcome. Outside the top 3.
Calm doing donuts. Cam will
So there you
not
have
be
it.
happy with his performance today.
No, I mean, I don't think it'd have been too bad if him and Rock had just been a bit more. I want to say mature through that first corner. They both raced before. They both know what it's going to be like, and they both said to each other, "I'm not moving."
Yeah. I think that
From what it looked like,
sums
at
it up.
least.
But again, post mortem, when the stewards get looking
No.
at different angles, maybe a different story. So
But
we'll wait and see.
congrats to Sonny, Aston Martin, 25 points right there.
Yeah,
Please,
can you
18 points from
imagine?
Mercedes.
You imagine a project
15.
with you and Kelly as the essentially main two drivers winning that race.
Me and Callie are top of the league with Sonny. Oh, we're not. To be fair, I don't think.
It's
No,
gonna be
yeah, we are.
close.
Charmander and Trav, what, 10, 12 and 10? I think we might
Yeah,
be.
I think you're top.
I think we might be, you know. I think we might be.
Celebrate it.
Me and Callie, lad. Top of the league. Well, there we have it.
Another safety car comes out just as Cam finishes the race. Not entirely sure how that happens.
A fantastic race.
Indeed, a VL classic up there with Brazil, up there with Spa.
Sunny driver of the day, understandable. He's just,
Yeah, he went from last to first.
Yeah, he's done well there. Can't fault him.
So there you have it. Sunnit is currently, obviously things may change, but I can't really see, unless there's a complete race restart, how that's going to change. But there's your top three. Sunny, Blaze Homewrecker, and Flyer rounding up the third spot. I will do the usual, get all the details for Cradden. So Cradden, you can watch back, get all these. All 7,000 of them. Any shockers today, Dan? What are you saying?
The game. I think that's all you can say, right? The game.
Who's the real loser here? It's the game.
It's us for me. Yeah,
For us paying the money for the game.
Honestly, coach, that poll means nothing. I know, yeah, it's nice to have an opinion, right? But that's going to come down to what the race directors and that all. I imagine, I don't know if the stewards would be involved, but at least, the race directors and that.
Right, let's swap back to Le Studio.
I think anyone who didn't get a position they didn't want is also going to say, I don't think it should count. That's all,
Yeah.
I understand why people are going to say it, but
how it works, isn't it?
It's been a shit
can't actually
race,
quit
but
out. No game. Hate they do this. But yeah, you're right. It's not been one of the monumental classics that we know and love. It's the first race of season 5. Hopefully the last of that kind of race.
I was going to say, and the one thing is, if you reset this one, you're forgetting what game you're playing. You are going to have to reset every single one that happens because this is not this won't be the last time this happens. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Right. Any closing thoughts before we go and listen to all the drama?
I mean, well played to Sunny. At the end of the day, it was a shit race, right? But Sonny won. Brandon came second. I think fair play to those two. Like, they both had really good drives. I think you can't take it away from them, regardless of how shit the race was. People start to do it.
I've just had a really good idea. Instead of redoing the race, we just make the Styrian count as twice.
Well, good news for you. if you want to come and watch us again next weekend, we're doing the exact same race, the exact same place, and the exact same time. So you are more than welcome to come and watch again. Won't be me here though. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but most likely Craddon.
We'll see. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us on this evening, taking up that time to ultimately watch what has turned into a bit of a fiesta at the end. So, thank you very much, Dan, for joining me tonight.
I got you, bud. No problem.
And join us next week. See you later.
Peace.